My family, if they're watching this, they're gonna know I'm deflowered. Ooh, awkward. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be something kind of out of the ordinary for me. We're gonna have a girl talk. I just wanted to hit a couple points that I wish someone else had told me more growing up, like besides my parents. I recently turned 25 and I know that's very young still, but I am an adult and I did grow up and I went through all those awkward phases. Being in my 20s is very hard and I just wish there were certain things that I did to make growing up and transitioning into being an adult much easier. I just wanted to shed some light for you guys who still might be growing up, because there's just some topics that, you know, people don't really talk about. So you guys are probably gonna get to know me a lot better today. If you feel uncomfortable at all talking about sex or anything of that nature, then this video is probably not for you. And also, if you don't want to hear me talk for 12 minutes, then this video is also not for you. Bye. First things first, I had a very good childhood. I would not replace it with anyone else's or anything else. I loved being a kid, but I always wanted to be 16 so I could start driving, and I wanted to be 18 so I can start doing things, and then I wanted to be 21 so I could start like going out and partying, right? Like I couldn't wait to keep growing up. And I actually knew this guy growing up who always told me that he wished Neverland was real, meaning Peter Pan, where, you know, he flies to Neverland and they're kids forever and ever. I literally thought he was insane. Like, why would you want to be a kid forever? Like, I can't wait to be an adult and do adult things, right? Like, adulthood is so awesome. No. Now that I'm an adult, I totally understand kind of what he meant. When you're a child, you have no responsibility and you have such like innocence, and all you want to do is like have fun and just live life to the fullest. Don't really have to like take care of yourself or anyone else for that matter yet. Being an adult is pretty hard. Like paying bills and stuff sucks. And I've had a job since I was 16 and I was in high school. I used to play sports and I stopped playing sports so I could have a job, so I could have money to like do things with my friends. As much as having that like extra $100 paycheck every 2 weeks was nice, I wish I sat and enjoyed high school more. My high school experience wasn't the greatest just because I was bullied the first half of my high school, and then the second half of my high school was when things just start getting really awkward. You know, everybody's trying to figure out where they want to go, college, or what are they gonna do. You just feel like you're gonna lose a lot of friends. If there was one thing I really wished that I had listened to when I was in school was, you know, actually trying. Everyone said that like you need to focus in school and you need good grades, and yeah, I had good grades. I had like a 3.9 or a 4.0, like whatever, but I didn't take hard classes. I just took, you know, whatever basic classes I needed to take just so I could pass to get to the next grade or to get into college. I never challenged myself. I think I didn't do it because I've always been afraid of like failure, but I think if I had really pushed myself and really tried, that I could have. Maybe that would have impacted my life on wanting to go to college and wanting to do something to further my education. I think because I just kind of always played it safe, I never went up here to like really try. That really affected me now, because now I work what I consider like crappy jobs. I wish that someone really like engraved that into my brain. Enjoy it while you can, because high school, 4 years seems like a long time, but it's not, let me tell you. 4 years goes, it's just insane. That's all I'm gonna talk about school. No one really cares about school. I get it, blah, blah, blah. Let's get into the juicy stuff, right? They say marriage is hard. Well, relationships can be hard too, let me say. Yeah, it just goes downhill from there. I am now in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for 6 years now. I'm so grateful that I was lucky enough to find the person that I really believe that is gonna be my person forever and ever. It's really unfortunate because I'm just gonna say it, I lost my virginity when I was in high school. It sucks. It was one of those situations where like all of my friends and everyone at school was talking like, oh, so-and-so did it with so-and-so or whatever. I didn't feel pressured by anybody like you need to do it or whatever. It wasn't like that at all. But it was pressure in the sense that like I felt like I had to do it because everyone else was doing it. So like I felt like I kind of needed to know what it was like, I guess. I don't know, it sounds really bad. I ended up having sex with someone who really did not care about me at all. It was just one of those things where I think he was in the same boat where everyone else had already been having sex. We hadn't, and so it was just kind of like, it is what it is. I don't know. I definitely wish that I had saved myself. That is something that will be on my heart forever. I didn't save myself for someone that actually did care about me. I didn't save myself for someone that I knew would appreciate me and my body. I was scared. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know like what to think or how to feel or like what to say after. Like it was just really awkward. We didn't talk after. It was a situation where that person went and like told his buddies. Now he's Mr. Macho Man because, you know, he got in some girl's pants. It was a really crappy situation and I'm embarrassed by it, but I just really hope that like if you're thinking about having sex that you don't feel the need to just because your friends are having sex or people at your school are having sex. It's something that can wait, I promise you. Sex is one of those things that it should be shared with somebody who validates the way that you feel towards them. You want to know that like, yes, I love or I care about this person, but you want to make sure that like they feel the same, like that feeling is reciprocated. Everybody is different, I get that. That's just my opinion, you know, just based off my past experience. I am so grateful to have the partner that I have now because I feel the validation when we're together that he loves me and cares about me and makes me feel special, and I in turn feel comfortable because of that. I think that's something really important when it comes to sex, is to feel those feelings for your partner. Just saying. Obviously my first time wasn't with someone special to me, but I'm sure if you wait for someone who really is important and special to you, that it's gonna be a special thing. For me, it was bad. It was really bad. Everybody's story when they're losing their virginity is gonna be completely different. Totally different. It's really important that you trust the person that you're with, that you're comfortable with them, and honestly that you're using protection, because if you are having sex at a very young age, you need to protect yourself. You know, you don't know what STIs are out there. Always wrap it up. So getting into relationships, I don't want this to come across as like my relationship is perfect and you need to do exactly what I say. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I just want to tell you guys from my experiences, what I've learned. My relationship with Steven, I think it's pretty great. You know, we get along for the most part. We really never fight. We never really argue. We might have like our disagreements, but I think we always tend to like understand where one another is coming from. I recently was sitting in the break room of my job. An older woman made a really funny comment that kind of really stuck with me, that women and men are literally like cats and dogs. Like literally, if you think about it, we are two completely different species. We think totally different. Like a dog, when the doorbell rings, they're gonna bark and they're gonna run to the door until they see who it is, right? A cat, when the doorbell rings, they're gonna sit on the couch right where they were and look at the dog like you're an idiot. Right? We're two completely different people. Not saying men are dogs and women are cats. I'm just saying, like, we're two opposites. We don't think alike. We don't act alike. Like, we just don't. I feel like in a relationship, that's very important to keep in mind. My boyfriend didn't do this, but he doesn't think the way I do. So I just need to appreciate all the other things he does for me. I'm sure everybody's heard that like communication is the biggest thing in a relationship. Absolutely, duh. If you can't communicate with your partner, you're not gonna do well. You guys have to learn to talk to one another about how you're feeling in the moment, not later. And this is something I'm extremely guilty of myself. I hold all these like things in. I bottle them up in my body, all these like hurt feelings that I'll have, whatever. And then the next time we have an argument or a disagreement, boom, I'm gonna explode because all these past things are gonna come up now. Your partner's gonna be like, whoa, what the heck? Where's all this coming from? Why didn't you mention all these things in the moment? You wait till now. I don't know why women do that, but we freaking do, and it's annoying. We're so complicated. Like, when men say women are complicated, we freaking are. Women are Facebook, it's complicated. Like, that's us. If you find yourself not being able to talk to your person, then are you even comfortable with them? That's something you really need to ask yourself, because otherwise it's always gonna be a battle in your relationship. It's a waste of time. Another thing that I think is very important when it comes to a relationship is really trying to make the effort to sweep each other off your feet still. Like, it doesn't matter if you've been together for 1 month, 1 year, whatever, you still have to make that effort for each other. So this goes for women to men and men to women. You gotta put in that woo effect, because if you just keep it bland, it's gonna be bland. Nobody wants a bland relationship, right? Like, you gotta either spice it up or sweeten it a little, you know, put a little flavor in there. It's so important to take those date nights and to like do the things for each other that will impress your partner. Simple things as getting flowers. It's not that expensive, people. Just get the damn flowers at the grocery store, spend the $10. It's not that serious, and it will make her smile. But same thing for women. It's really, actually, it's kind of very hard to shop for men. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but like, do something that they want to do for once. Don't always go to like your favorite place to eat. Go take him for a surprise on a place that he likes to eat. You gotta do things for him too. Steven and I, we've always like tried to do things for one another, and he always goes above and beyond for me, and it shows me that he loves me and he cares about me, and he's still thinking outside of the box for me. Another thing is to compromise. Not all relationships are the people the same. Most of the time we're pretty opposite. Steven and I were complete opposite. It's crazy, but it works for us in most cases. So we do have to find that line where we compromise for one another. It can't always be one-sided. You can't always be right, and you can't always do this or that, whatever. You have to learn to compromise for them. Relationships have to be fair. They have to be a 50-50 effort. It's teamwork. A relationship in a way is like pre-marriage. You have to work to keep it alive. Hello! My last topic to discuss is probably the most difficult topic ever: self-love. This has been something that I have struggled with for as long as I can remember. I don't know if most people feel this way about themselves, but like, when you look at yourself in the mirror, is there something that you can look at about yourself and compliment yourself? Can you say, I love this about myself, whether it's physical or a trait about yourself? Like, is there anything that you can say that you love about yourself? And my answer has always been no. For me, it's always like, I feel my body's not good enough. I feel like I'm a failure because I didn't go to college and blah, 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 like all these things, right? You can't be in a relationship and do all these other things, even though like people around you are super supportive and love you. It's gonna be so hard because you have to work on yourself first, and that's so important. Like, I cannot stress this enough, but self-love is really important. We have to look at ourselves and realize that,
God, my hips are huge. Oh, please, I hate my calves.
At least you guys can wear halters. I've got man shoulders.
it's not okay to think those things. We need to fuel our soul with positivity when it comes to ourselves. I know it's extremely hard. Trust me, I know. I have been there. You can't overthink it. Stop overthinking your weight. Stop overthinking about how you work this crappy job and you can't get another job because you're not smart enough or you're not qualified or whatever. Stop overthinking it. You have to put that negativity aside, build a bridge, and get over it. This might be a little bit like tough love, but life is rough. Put a helmet on. My biggest thing would be like my body. I'm not happy with my body, but no one can change my body except for me. I know I can get my body to where I want it to be. I just have to work for it. I've made a million excuses that like I can't afford to go to the gym, or I hate going to the gym because like I can't find the motivation, or I can't go to the gym by myself. All these things, right? There's a million reasons and excuses that we make for ourselves. It's no excuse for me to just go outside and take a walk or take a jog or do this or do that. No one can fix you except for you, okay? Unless you got like some serious issues, then obviously you have to go seek help. When it comes to big goals, like when it comes to your work or school or whatever, you're allowed to reach for those stars. I don't want you to ever feel that like your stars are less than someone else's stars, or like your stars are too big for everyone else's stars. You know, like you're never gonna get there, because you reaching for your stars is gonna mean something completely different to someone else. My goals are gonna be different than yours, and that's okay. Like I said, you have to find your own path and how you're gonna get there. No one else is gonna get you there except for you. You have to feel and know that you're capable of more than you're allowing yourself to be. Start somewhere. That's all you can do for yourself, is just start somewhere. Anywhere. It can only go up from there if you let it go up from there. Why are we so desperate to be like someone else? Why do we look at other people and bring ourselves down because of it? I am so guilty of this. I look at social media and I see all these people that I've known, or even people that I don't know that I just follow, have like such glamorous lives where they're able to do XYZ, but it's like, why can't I do that? Why can't I do that? Well, because it's like I'm in debt or whatever. It's one of those things where you need to understand that you have the power to control your life. You can look at these people, but don't bring yourself down, because that's where you're feeding your mind negativity that is really toxic. You cannot do that. Like, you have to learn to control and build those bricks for that path that you want to go down. That's extremely hard, I know, but if you try, then you're gonna get somewhere. You just have to try. You gotta put up with the brain if you want a rainbow in the end. You really have to be mindful and aware of what you're thinking. Like I keep saying, you gotta fuel that brain with positivity. Fuel it up. And this is something that you have to practice every single day. You cannot not think positive about yourself. Like, you have to always work hard to remind yourself that you love yourself, or you love this about yourself, and that you're doing just fine. You're trying.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
You're gonna get there one day. You need to set goals. You need to challenge yourself. So that way, when you accomplish these things, you'll develop an appreciation and self-respect for yourself. That turns into self-love at the end of the day. This is something I have to work on too. I'm just getting started on learning about how to love myself. I'm here for you, girl. We're in this together, literally. That's also another thing, is to surround yourself with people who are gonna fuel that positivity as well in your life. You don't wanna be around a bunch of negative Nancys who do nothing but complain about themselves or the people around them. Try to surround yourself with people who love themselves and love you. That's gonna ignite something in you to try to do better. If anyone has any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to me. I might seem like unreachable or whatever, but I'm just like you. I work, I have family, I stress out, I get very sad all the time. I'm going through the motions too. Just know that like whatever is going on in your mind, like don't be afraid to talk about it to someone. I want people to know that they can come to me too. I might not have been through what you're going through, but I'm here to listen. Again, life's really hard sometimes. We're in our 20s, people. Like, come on. Life should not be this difficult or this complicated or confusing. We have to make the most of it. Am I right, or am I right? I just hope that someone took something positive out of this conversation, and if you did, give it a thumbs up so I know that you got something good out of this. I'll see you guys on the next one.